Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will discuss the statement given by Mohsin Naqvi, the Interior Minister of Pakistan. He said that the Pakistani leadership, he particularly referred to the military leadership, and he said that the Pakistani leadership played a vital role, a key role in the ceasefire agreement between Iran and Israel. After his statement, there has been arguments going on social media. Many are mocking this statement while others are supporting it. Why I think that this statement of Mohsin Naqvi carries weight is because of two reasons. Those who were closely watching this conflict between Iran and Israel know that before the ceasefire agreement, Trump called the Pakistani army chief to Washington, D.C. for a meeting. And Field Marshal Asim Munir, who is the army chief of Pakistan, went to Washington, D.C. to meet Trump. After the meeting, the president of United States, Trump, held a media talk in which he said that there were discussions on the Iran-Israel conflict. The second reason why I think that Mohsin Naqvi's statement has weight is because of the report published by Reuters, which disclosed the details of the meeting between the United States President Trump and Pakistani Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir. Now let's have a look at that media talk which was held by Trump after meeting with Field Marshal Asim Munir, and also what was written in the report by Reuters. Trump hosted a lunch for Pakistani Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir in Washington on 18th June 2025. There had been speculations ahead of the meeting, with the Indian side carrying out a massive propaganda against Pakistan and against this meeting. India was unhappy about the meeting. It is because of the growing engagement of Pakistan with Washington, D.C., but also because of the timing of the meeting. The meeting came just weeks after a conflict between Pakistan and India, the 2025 war, which could reach the brink of a nuclear war. Trump claimed credit for the ceasefire between Pakistan and India, which further increased unease in India. India was also displeased between the meeting between Donald Trump and Field Marshal Asim Munir, because this meeting revived the engagement of Pakistan on the global stage. This meeting also undermined India's perceived exclusivity with ties with United States, and also destroyed India's massive campaign against Pakistan to undermine Pakistan's counterterrorism efforts by repeatedly accusing Pakistan of cross-border terrorism, especially with the Pahalgam attack, which Pakistan called a false flag operation by Indian government itself. Also, India has repeatedly failed to provide any credible evidences. If we look at the Pakistani side, Pakistan has credible evidences against India that it has been sponsoring terrorist activities in the Balochistan region of Pakistan. Let's come back to the meeting between President Trump and Pakistani Field Marshal Asim Munir. The observers saw that the body language and tone of President Trump after the meeting in the media talk appeared subdued, signaling that the objectives he aimed to achieve from the meeting were not fully realized. A journalist asked Trump that whether they discussed the Iran-Israel war with the army chief, and he said yes, there were discussions about the Iran-Israel war, and he said a very important thing. He said that Pakistan knows Iran better than the most. So this was the statement given in the media talk right after the meeting with the Pakistani army chief. So this statement of President Trump indirectly admits to the important role of Pakistan in the ceasefire agreement between Iran and Israel. This statement was not an ordinary statement. It seemed to be an indirect admittance by the President of the United States that Pakistan had an important role, an important say in the conflict between Iran and Israel. Although Trump did not say much about the details of the meeting, later on, Reuters, a credible international publication, published a report particularly about that meeting between the President Trump and Pakistani Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir. Let's have a look what Reuters wrote. Before going to the report, let's admit that the world is changing. America's Indo-Pacific policy has placed Pakistan effectively in another bloc. Despite of Pakistan's presence in an opposite strategic bloc, Pakistan has always tried to pursue a balanced foreign policy. In the past also, Pakistan has made difficult but wise decisions concerning its national security, even when it was aligned with United States. During the conflict between Iran and Israel, Pakistan once again gave priority to its national interest. The report published by Reuters echoed this sentiment. The report said that Pakistani army chief, while meeting with Trump in Washington, D.C., made it very clear that Pakistan was not happy with Israeli attack on Iran. Pakistan stood in the favor of Iran's national sovereignty and made it very clear that Israel should not be given an open permission to attack another country's nuclear installations. Pakistani army chief made it clear that as a result of the conflict between Iran and Israel and instability in Iran, the terrorist group operating from the Iran-Pakistan border would escalate their attacks on the Pakistani region of Balochistan. Pakistan already faces instability along its borders with Taliban-controlled Afghanistan and its arch rival India. So Pakistan does not want another volatile front on its lengthy border with Iran. China too has expressed repeatedly its concern about the security situation in Balochistan. Because Balochistan is the key region for Beijing's multi-billion-dollar infrastructure investment in Pakistan, especially the Chinese managed port of Gwadar. So the Baloch terrorist groups in Pakistan have previously targeted Chinese personnel and development projects, which has invited concern from the Chinese authority. The report published by Reuters has also highlighted that prior to the Israeli bombing of Iran, Tehran had grown closer to India. And it should not be forgotten that just last year, Pakistan and Iran had exchanged airstrikes, accusing each other of harboring Baloch terrorists. But the current Israeli attack on Iran has disrupted these alignments because India has stayed silent and it has not condemned Israeli military attacks on Iran. So these were some important points conveyed by the Pakistani army chief to the US administration and directly to the US President Donald Trump. So the meeting between the US President Donald Trump and Field Marshal Asim Munir has highlighted the importance and the growing relevance of Pakistan in the regional and global security affairs. Stay tuned, and if you liked my video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.